Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look here at UOS, which is Ultra. And before we do, we typically look at Bitcoin, but I'm just going to jump right in here and not worry about that because Bitcoin's actually in very good shape. Just to summarize, it's essentially going to complete its reverse head and shoulders pattern here soon, and it bounced off the 4-hour, 50-day simple moving average. So we're looking in really good shape to see that go to the upside. Now, if you're new to the channel, though, just keep this in mind. I'm not a financial advisor. I've just been trading for over 15 years. And my goal is to help you become more of an effective trader. That's why I created this channel, to help others better navigate the market, right? Crypto is crazy. It can be really awesome and really unfortunate all at the same time. So if you need a leg up, perhaps somebody on your side, feel free to join my trading community. I have a really awesome group of folks there. My patrons are amazing, and I can't be more happy to actually be part of this. So thank you so much to my patrons, of course. You know who you are. You are greatly appreciated. And also note too, comes with a bonus. I actually send out signals for every single trade that I take. So it's kind of a signal group hybrid, and it's fully automated through Cornix. So check it out in your own time. Really cool stuff. I actually got a video to help describe what that entails. Now, taking a look here at UOS. Let's see what's going on. Obviously, we're testing its all-time high here. Looks like it's trying to break. We'll find out here soon. Obviously, without this one-day candlestick closing, we don't know specifically if that's considered still resistance or support level, but we'll go ahead and mark it anyway. So where the one-day candlestick is effectively closed multiple times, that was back in September, we're looking at right around 90, pretty much 98 cents. We could round up and say 98. The price right now is at $1, so it's 2 cents higher, which is all well and good, but this hasn't been broken yet. So try not to get too excited. I know it's easy to want to do so. There's nothing wrong with that per se. But if you look at the price action where it's at, this one-day candlestick has not closed yet, and you just need to make sure to respect that. So 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every single day, whatever time zone it is for you, it will close either above or below. If it's above, consider support. Below, consider resistance. And we got to respect that in the sense that, if it gets stopped out here today, there's a chance it might continue sideways before it breaks out. It may come back down. We never truly know, but if it breaks and closes above, like it's looking like, then there's a good chance it'll continue higher, right? Because new all-time highs create extremely awesome results, right? You're much better off investing in a new all-time high for a coin than you are a coin that looks like it's willing to 10x. Trust me, it's just a better situation altogether. So this one looks like it's shaping up to be really nice. So first of all, let's just go ahead and go with the basics, and we'll dive deeper into the fundamentals. First of all, we've got what, 50? I mean, RSI is well over 50, obviously just peaking up over 70. So that's not bad. That's actually a very good sign. If we can get the one-day candlestick to close above that support level, or potential resistance right now, then we can actually see the RSI effectively close right above, right? And if the RSI stays above 70, then it could very well become one of those situations where 70 becomes a new support. Okay, now this doesn't always happen that way, but for the most part, 70 works as a support and or resistance. Same with 50 on the RSI. Again, it's not the only thing you want to consider when taking a trade, but it definitely helps add to the equation. Now looking at here, we can tell that the 50 was broken on the simple moving average, was broken here recently. That was what, earlier in the month. So ever since then, it's been going on a tear. Let's see, I'm willing to guess there was a convergence there on the MACD. Yeah, on the 28th there was. There's also another one here on the 1st. So we'll just go ahead and mark that and kind of see what that looks like on the Ishimoku cloud. And then obviously, take a quick look at Fibonacci retracement. One last thing we want to look at here, first of all, before we move on, is TD sequential. We can see that we are a bit on the overextended side. In other words, when you see a 1 all the way through to a 9, it's basically just taking the 4th previous candlestick and evaluating if it's higher or lower, and it keeps counting up. Once it hits a 9, though, that's a state of exhaustion, or you should expect somewhat of a turnaround in the near future. So usually there's only about 2 or 3 candlesticks past the 9, which we're seeing right now, until there's a reversal. So bear in mind, doesn't mean that we necessarily have to see the price come back down, but there's a strong likelihood, if nothing else, what I'm hoping for is the price goes sideways for 24 hours and then legs up again. That should actually happen because a lot of times you see a consolidation period right close to a resistance level, which is just above that right now. So that could be a consolidation above support, right? We want that. Solana did that recently before it broke its cup and handle pattern, right? It was really awesome to see those kind of things happen. Again, that's what occurs with all-time highs. But simply put, we're a bit on the overextended side for the 4-hour chart. Just keep that in mind, be realistic. Another leg up right now would actually be detrimental because then it would actually crash and we could see it break that potential support resistance barrier to the downside, and we don't want that. All right, take a quick look at the 1 hour, see what's going on here. So first of all, we're going to take a quick look at See, why don't we take a look at the volume here for the last, what is it? It's about last week's worth of trading and see roughly where the most amount of volume is. Now this is insane. Look at this. The most amount of volume we've seen is right here in the last 2 hours. Wow, no kidding. So right at 98 cents, we've seen the most amount of volume. So that's actually pretty impressive when you think about it. That shows that the resistance level is trying to get broken, and the fact that it's kind of reaffirming itself as a stronger support. It's not fascinating in the sense that it's uncommon. It's actually very common to see the most amount of volume right there. It's just interesting that in that 2-hour period, over all the entire time that it's been increasing over the past week, you can tell that it's spent the most amount of volume right there. So everyone's buying right here at this point. That's a pretty good sign. I like to see that because it basically reaffirms the fact that that could and should work as a consistent support. Now let's take a quick peek at the Ichimoku Cloud. Nice, this is fantastic. We saw it work as a support level here, which is nice. Also note too, this little line that I drew here is the 4-hour MACD convergence, right? So we got a MACD convergence on the 4-hour chart. We look at the 1-hour chart for the Ichimoku Cloud, and we can see here that right there, no less than 3 or 4 hours before it broke to the upside, was giving us a buy signal, right? So if you're new to the cloud, right, it basically tells you when the price is above, it's a buy signal. When the price is below it, it's effectively a sell signal, right? Now, you don't have to just 100% go with that, right? That's not how you make trades. But if you see other positive bullish momentous factors and that in concurrent with those, then it's a pretty good sign. I love to see a MACD convergence on the 4-hour chart, and I love to see a 1-hour break above the cloud. Those two things are awesome, and this has all the telltale signs of that. In other words, obviously hindsight's 2020, right? That was like a day or two ago, but that gave us the indication that the price was willing to break to the upside. And now that we're here, we should see a period of consolidation right next to the support level here at about 97 cents. And I'm referring to it as a support. Again, it hasn't broken the 1-day candlestick close. It needs to close above to be considered a support level, but it does look like it wants to stay there based on the amount of volume that we're seeing. Furthermore, let's go ahead and take a quick look at TD sequential on this here as well. We're at an 8. So yes, once more, we should only expect to see another hour's worth of bullish momentum. I would speculate that we probably won't see much more of an increase. We should just see some sideways action from here. I'd really love it if the price just continues sideways and then eventually legs up. That could very well happen. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a quick peek at the potential for the increase here, and we'll call it a day. All right, so in other words, how much higher can this go based on its recent trend? And it's important to kind of look at this just based on the simple fact that, coins don't always have to repeat the same behavior, but they oftentimes do, right? So I'd say a better case scenario, again, this is the immediate near future. This will likely be within the next couple of weeks if we continue to see another leg up, right? First of all, we're looking at probably $1.55 is a better case scenario. It's basically taking this same exact range here and coming up plus a little bit on the Fibonacci. So in other words, this line right here is a 2. This is more realistic. I think we're going to see somewhere in the range of 143. That's probably more realistic. But when it comes to 155, that could be closer to the higher side. Now, big picture, we could see a lot more, right? It very well could be a lot bigger near the end of the year. These things are taking off. These type of coins, they have a tendency of getting very big very fast because there's a lot of social sentiment attached to them. So pay attention to that too as well. There's some really good websites out there. You can kind of see what those, what that looks like. But for lack of a better term, strictly based on the technicals, we should see a consolidation here right at resistance/support. If the 1-day candlestick closes above 98 cents, we're looking at a strong support level. If it closes below, then we just kind of got to wait and see and look at it again closer. I'll try to put this on my radar for more consistent analysis. I'll look at this probably just say daily until we kind of come to a more of a settling point. But generally speaking, this does look like it's going to do some pretty cool stuff. So don't hesitate to consider adding to your position, but wait until after the 1-day candlestick closes because we need to get some consolidation first, right? We don't want this to increase any higher than it is already, just based on the simple fact that it's a bit on the overextended side, right? But again, it still has very good bullish features, and I think it's going to do some really good things here soon. So hopefully you found benefit here. If you do, like and subscribe. If not, join my Telegram community. I actually have a really good group of folks there. That's more of a public chat. If you more, desire more of a, I guess you could say a one-on-one experience, I'm actually available through my my CryptoCache Premium account there. Check that out in your own time, of course. I just share, again, signals for every single trade that I take with my members, and it's a really cool trading community. We're all learning and growing together. So we've all made a pretty decent amount so far, and that's not going to end with the bull market too. The bear market's even more profitable, believe it or not. So we'll take a look at that perhaps later. But for now, thank you so much for your time. We'll look forward to seeing the next video. Have a great rest of your day.